So much of the conversation around elections is negative. Attack ads, character assassinations, scandals, and this 2-hour hot mess of people talking over each other. So we're gonna try and be positive. We're gonna look at each of the 4 major parties' visions for Canada. Not every detail of their platform, but the big picture. What this country would look like if they won the next election and followed through with their major promises. So let's fast forward to 4 possible Canadas of the future.
The year is 2023, and Justin Trudeau's Liberals have spent their second term focused on a balance of policies, pleasing moderates from both sides of the political spectrum. The federal carbon tax is now $50 per ton, and the government has planted 2 billion trees to help offset our carbon footprint. They've attempted to strike a balance between natural resource development and environmental protection. The Liberals raise the amount of money you can earn before paying any income tax. This saves most people a few $100s per year. They've also given post-secondary students a hand with increased grants and extending the time you have before you must pay back student loans. Jagmeet Singh and the NDP have spent their first term ever in power focused on improving and expanding Canadian public services. In 2020, they kickstarted a national pharmacare program. The government also worked to improve access to mental health care and have a plan to expand health coverage to include dental, eye, and hearing care. We've seen a massive increase in the construction of co-ops, social, and non-profit housing at nearly 250,000 units built to date, with more on the way. The NDP has expanded the federal carbon tax to include more industries, increased access to training programs to help workers transition to green jobs, and they've ended all fossil fuel subsidies. They also have plans to make post-secondary part of our public education system and eliminate interest from student loans. Andrew Scheer's Conservative government has spent its term back in power focused on lowering taxes and implementing business-friendly policies. After the election, they quickly removed the federal carbon tax. Instead, the companies that release the most greenhouse gases now must invest in green technology. The government has moved ahead with building the Trans Mountain Pipeline, and with a National Energy Corridor Plan, making it easier for new pipelines, transmission lines, and other energy projects to be approved. The Conservatives also implemented their universal tax cut by lowering the bottom income tax bracket, saving most people a few $100s per year. They also removed the GST from home heating and electricity bills. Despite these tax cuts, after 4 years in power, they're well on their way to balancing the budget next year. The Green Party and Elizabeth May have spent their first term ever in power bringing sweeping changes to federal government policy. They doubled the target for greenhouse gas emissions to a 60% reduction by 2030. To achieve this, they've implemented many aggressive policies. In a massive effort, they've compared to the mobilization of the Second World War. University has become a lot more affordable, as the Green Party has eliminated post-secondary tuition for all Canadian students and forgiven all previous federal student loans. They also implemented comprehensive universal pharmacare in 2020 and have made dental care free for low-income Canadians. The Greens have made significant steps working with Indigenous people towards self-government and moving away from the Indian Act, with the goal of dismantling it entirely. They've made it a priority to implement numerous recommendations from independent commissions and the United Nations.
It's impossible to know what promises will be kept and what other challenges these governments will face. There's so much we couldn't include. In fact, we had to leave out priorities for all of the parties, like gun control and electoral reform. We did our best to highlight the issues we thought the parties were pushing the most and give you a sense of who they are. This is not a definitive guide. This is only a start. To help you pick a party and local candidate to support on October 21st, we've added awesome resources in the description. If you think this video could help somebody you know, please like and share. Otherwise, what do you think? Join us for a conversation in the comments.